Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch a 70s horror movie called LEMORA with Cheryl, Rainbeaux Smith. Let's check it out. Alright, our movie starts out in the 1930s. This is some sort of criminal. He just shot up inside there and hit this guy. Girl. Cheryl, Rainbeaux Smith. She plays Lila.
An evil gangster who has just now murdered his own wife. Good people we know.
That was her father, who was that bad guy.
Must you demand that his poor, innocent little child be punished as well?
This is her gangster father once again. I guess he was looking for a hideout or something. Picked the wrong person to try to shoot, and now he's captured. That woman is LEMORA, and she found an article in the paper about that gangster's daughter.
I am writing you this at your father's request. He is on his deathbed and constantly asks.
She's fascinated by Lila and wants her to come visit. So she leaves whatever place she's staying in and hides in the back of somebody's car so she can get out of there and go visit her father, who she believes is on his deathbed. Then she gets out at a bus station, tries to get herself a ticket to this city where she was told to go.
A one-way ticket for the North Park Lonsdale bus?
She does manage to get on a bus, if you can call it that. She's the only passenger.
All the salt marshes around here are wrapped.
At one point they pull over because they were having some sort of bus trouble. And then the dude gets attacked by something. Lila pulls the brake on the bus and it moves. But she's not going to get very far. The bus comes to a stop, and those same creatures attack the bus.
Burn those things after you carry her to the stone house.
And then the next thing you know, she wakes up in some building where this woman's in charge. Now, she's trapped in that house, but at one point she finds a way to escape.
Where are you?
She doesn't get very far until she's discovered by...
Hello, Lila. I'm LEMORA.
Anyway, she invites her in the house finally, and Lila notices this outside later on. LEMORA doesn't cast a reflection in the mirror.
Lila. Don't frighten you, Lila.
Things got him. He was tied and they cut him loose.
This is her father's room.
Those things from the woods got him, didn't they?
No one got him. No one cut him loose. He broke loose. My, how tense we are. You're not afraid now, are you?
LEMORA is fascinated by Lila.
Just relax.
Gives her a
Let
bath.
me take over.
Pray for you. Don't you?
She encounters one of those creatures again. But LEMORA comes to her rescue.
Isn't it lovely? Tomorrow, after the ceremony, you and I will become blood sisters. And all my power, all my beauty, all my life will be yours to share.
Her trust for LEMORA ends when she finds her eating a boy. She runs away, and now those creatures are after her again. Now there's two creatures while she's up a tree. They end up fighting each other and not going after her. Convenient. When she had an opportunity, she ran off and jumped in the back of this car. So at least for the moment, she's escaped. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but there's a coffin in the back of the car, and she's hiding inside the coffin. Meanwhile, the driver is somewhere where there's a bunch of dead bodies on the road. And then he gets back in his car and leaves. He drives back, they pull out the coffin, and it's time for Lila to run again. Clearly, LEMORA and these people are vampires. I don't know what those other creatures are, though. She flees, and of course, all the things are chasing her.
Lila, did you really think you could escape so easily? The further you thought you were getting away from me, the closer you came. Lila, Lila, you never had a chance. Generate into a lower form, or would you rather I raised you up? Come now, and rule with me forever.
What you did to my father.
Then something weird happens. Like, it was hard to even tell what was happening, but there was like this big battle between like the vampire people and those non-vampire monster or werewolf type things. Which ends with her getting attacked by this thing. It turns out that's her father.
Lila, princess. I am whatever you want me to be.
The last scene is Lila back with the reverend of her church. All right, let's talk about LEMORA. This is a movie that I acquired in my collection, I want to say about 20 years ago. I had a PAL VHS tape of it. It was never released on videotape in this country that I'm aware of anyway. It was kind of a rare, sought-after film amongst movie fans and stuff. So I was very happy to have found it. It's hard to put a finger on what exactly this film is. It's a horror film. This girl, Lila, played by Cheryl Smith, Rainbeaux Smith, this was actually her film debut, almost. She actually was in a short film called The Birth of Aphrodite, in which she was completely nude in it, by the way, when she was like 16 or 15, something like that. You can actually see that on YouTube, by the way. It was like nominated for Academy Award, short film, like 10 minutes long. But anyway, she was also in the movie Evil Knievel, which I have. She played just an uncredited role as a girl buying a ticket to a rodeo. But this was her actually first like real movie, and she was basically the star of it too. So anyway, she plays Lila. It's 1930s. Her father is a gangster, and he's like robbed a bank or something, killed some people. He's on the run, and I guess she's taken some grief in her community because she's the daughter of this guy. Anyway, the gangster father runs into this vampire named LEMORA, and she captures him. And she's got like this whole thing set up where she has people there that she can feed on regularly, and I think that's what she was doing with her father. But she finds out who there's an article in the paper about Lila, about how her father's a gangster, that sort of thing, but you shouldn't pick on her. Well, she's fascinated by Lila's picture, her innocence, and she wants her for herself. So she writes a letter to Lila saying, hey, I've got your father here. Don't tell anybody, but if you want to see him, you better come to my place. So she decides to pack up, run away, basically, and gets there. And then along the way, though, she's on this bus. The bus kind of pulls over because they're having bus trouble. The bus driver gets out, and then he's attacked by these weird creatures. Well, Lila starts the bus up and rolls down the hill, but then she gets attacked by these creatures. The next thing you know, she's captured by basically LEMORA's people, by this really weird woman, and she's placed in this house, this stone house. She escapes from there, and then LEMORA finds her, invites her in the house, and basically takes care of her for a while. And she said, well, your father was here, but now he's gone. He broke out somehow. I'm not sure where he is. Just a lot of weirdness going on there. And eventually one night, Lila finds LEMORA taking a bite out of this young boy. Apparently she's been keeping boys and youth and other people there just to feed off of. But that doesn't explain all these weird creatures that are running around. So there's like some vampire women or vampire people and then some non-vampire monster types. But anyway, she freaks out. She takes off. She tries to escape and it kind of goes back and forth for a while. Ultimately, she ends up having to kill her own father. Her father's turned into one of these weird monster creatures. She kills him. Doesn't realize it at the time, but he speaks to her after he's in his death throes and says, I can't remember what exactly he said, but then LEMORA gets her and bites her and turns her into a vampire. And then we find out in the last scene, she's back in her community. She's with the Reverend, who I think was like making some moves on her or something. Next thing you know, she leans down and bites him, and then we have a last shot of LEMORA. So that's it. That's the movie, LEMORA, Child's Tale of the Supernatural. Again, I don't know exactly how to quite classify this. It's an odd entry in the horror genre. I like it, and it's got a weird, creepy vibe to it, which I also really like. It's rated PG, although if you look closely, you can see a boob or two from Miss Cheryl Smith, who did a ton of exploitation in the 70s. She was super cute. Did some of those cheerleader movies, and of course Cinderella. Apparently she died in 2002 after having, IMDb says she was hooked on heroin for 20 years. She died of hepatitis, I think, liver failure at age 47. She was young. In fact, before the movie starts in this movie, there's a thing that comes on the screen. It says for Cheryl, and it says 1955 to 2002. So that was kind of cool that they gave her some tribute there. I seem to recall, I remember looking stuff up about her once. I found her son on Facebook. It was, yeah, she did have a son too. But anyway, that is LEMORA. Again, I like this movie. I think it's got a weird vibe to it, it's creepy, and it's just kind of cool. So check it out. Let me know what you think about LEMORA, and leave some comments down below. Watch it. Bye.